What's up, world? Welcome back to Radical Investors. I'm Wasu.
I'm Hamed.
And today we're talking about a company that is flying underneath the radar that we think is going to be the next Uber.
Let's go!
Before we get into the video today, guys, we noticed only a handful of you guys are actually subscribed to the Radical Investors Army. We want more people to bless that like and subscribe button to join our tribe. We're jet setting, Gucci suit wearing, alligators to shoe stomping,
Rolex wearing.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And we want you to be a part of this community. Go ahead and bless that like and subscribe button. And now let's get into the video. So the company that we're here talking about today is called Joby, and they're merging with the Spac, RTP?
Yeah, that's correct. RTP. Currently it's trading, I think, a little under $11. Joby is a aviation company that's looking to create electric mobility in the air. Basically, they're looking to be the
Uber of the air.
Essentially.
They make they call them VTOLs, that can transport people in the last 15 miles. So say if you live in Newport Beach and you want to get to LAX,
right?
If you live in Los Angeles or if you live in any major metropolitan area, you know it can be an absolute pain to get to the airport. A lot of times.
Congestion on any day at any time can be crazy, guys.
Yeah, so Joby would be one of those, basically a new age helicopter that can transport people small to medium distances, and we think that that's gonna have a huge market.
Yeah, absolutely. We think that space is going to be huge in the next decade and going forward. And we really like Joby because they are a leader in this marketplace. Yeah. They are the company that's ahead of everybody as far as this new space.
Yeah, so we're not the only ones that think that this is going to be the future of mobility, right? So there's four or five competitors to Joby, right, that are all vying for air supremacy, right? Who's going to be the winner? There's a Chinese company, there's a German company, and then there's a great American company,
right?
Joby, yeah. Right? And the reason why we think that Joby is going to be the winner in the space, like we always start with team, right?
Always.
And there are some absolute fantastic heavy hitters, PayPal Mafia, Elon Musk adjacent. People, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, so we have a guy by the name of Reid Hoffman. Reid Hoffman is part of the board of directors for Joby Aviations. Now, for those of you who don't know who Reid Hoffman is, he was one of the original members of the PayPal Mafia. These guys are...
What's up, Elon?
Elon...
You owe me some money for Dogecoin, baby.
You know, these guys are winners. They've been winners throughout their careers, all of the members of the PayPal Mafia. He also is the founder of LinkedIn. And we all know LinkedIn. LinkedIn was is a company that's now been acquired by Microsoft, but they were $1 billion+ company, and they are now known in our day-to-day, basically.
For sure. I mean, so yeah, what the things that he did with PayPal and LinkedIn just shows that he's an absolute rock star in the space. Not only that, they have a partnership with Uber. So they bought a part of Uber business that was called Uber Flight, right? And it was Uber Flight, right? Or Uber Freight?
Or Uber Elevate. We'll link the name.
Uber Elevate.
Yeah,
I think
Uber
I
Elevate,
it was called. But basically, Uber was trying to do what Joby is doing. And a couple years back, when Uber got a new CEO, they slimmed things down, got really focused on doing what they do best, moving people, moving food, and they kind of sold some of the ancillary product lines that they have. Joby bought one of those product lines.
Absolutely.
And they also cemented that partnership with Uber, and they have plans, right, to use Uber, I believe, as a kind of mode of delivery.
Is really almost a decade and a half in the making. Joby intended from the get-go to not only just design a vehicle, but also to deliver a service with that vehicle. And we've been laser focused on the first piece, making sure that we have the right vehicle and making sure that that vehicle is ready for certification. The announcement today is really about accelerating the second piece, getting us ready to go to market and begin to deliver that service shortly. As you know, there are really three pieces of the deal. First, the investment from Uber. Second, our acquisition of the team and the software that they developed. And then third and finally, an expanded partnership with Uber that's going to get our service in front of a large number of customers from day one.
To people. So you can just imagine at some point in the near future, right? You pulling up your phone, having the option on your Uber if you want to go down the block, if you want to get some food delivered to you, or if you have to go to the airport and you don't feel like spending 3 hours on the 405, right?
Or if you feel like taking air transportation, right, and going and doing a short flight, right?
That's an amazing point, right? So these vehicles are designed to do short flights, right?
Yeah.
But I believe they're electric vehicles that have the range to go all the way from Los Angeles to San Francisco.
I believe, the range, I believe it's 150 miles. So, I mean, that's a good enough range where, I mean, look, even I'm sure I believe it's 150 miles. So if the range is less than that, I'm sure there's drop-off points where they can take another one, recharge, and then continue on. So they are really strategically partnered because, Uber is like, again, a leather leader in their space. And if you look at the timeline into the future, to go onto a platform and to be able to tap into all of this all in one, it's just going to flow.
Yeah,
absolutely. I liken it to like people that do deals or movie deals on Netflix. You're tapping into a platform that just has all the eyeballs.
Yeah, the ecosystem.
Right?
We
the
saw
ecosystem
that with
is there.
Cobra Kai.
Right, we saw that with Cobra Kai.
It was floundering on YouTube and got
then
on
2
Netflix
years later,
boom,
right? So
make a show in the world.
Partnerships matter, guys. Partnership matter. We also like that they are actually working with the U.S. government. There's some deals.
Good old USA.
Yeah, there's some deals going that they're working with the military. So, I could see
that. Big
so I could definitely see potential contracts being drawn up where the military wants a certain amount of number of these fleets, right? Mm-hmm. So huge potential here on that side. What else, man? There's so much potential right here.
Yeah,
with this
and
company.
I think another thing to say is, we talk about kind of like small term replacing the helicopters and things of that nature, and it sounds like it's something that's far off into the future. It's going to happen in 50 years. They are aiming to be in the market in 2023.
Right. That's 2 years from now.
2 years from now. Very confident. The CEO has a background in aviation.
Yeah.
He's very familiar with the things that it takes to get aircraft approved.
As far as getting certified, I believe he used to work on that side of the table. So he has what it takes to get that done. Also, guys, this is a company that has been in the development and engineering of these products for the last 10 years. So they put in the 10,000 hours, guys. They put in the hard work getting it to a point where this is actually a functional product that can actually work.
Yeah.
So this isn't something that's just an idea that they're just kind of drawing up and still coming up with plans. This is blood, sweat, and tears and commitment that's been done for the last decade already, guys.
Yeah. So let's talk about kind of what happened. So they merged with RTP a few weeks ago.
Right.
And we didn't see a great pop.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Well, the market right now is pretty wild. Again, it is a SPAC, so it's not getting that many eyeballs right now, just because kind of the marketplace. There's just a lot of product right now, right, in the marketplace. So this is one that's not, Elon hasn't tweeted about it, right? So, so it hasn't had that, marketing spice added onto it, right?
Yeah.
The sprinkles hasn't been on.
It's not a hype stock yet.
Yeah, not yet, until, who knows, Kathy Wood adds some of that to her portfolio and then it takes off, which
so that's what
will probably happen, guys.
Right. We can't speak specifically for Kathy.
Yeah.
My future baby mama, maybe. I don't know, Kathy, holla at me. You've made me a lot of money. But no, it is a stock, right? Or is a SPAC that has been, like we said in the intro, been flying underneath the radar.
Right.
And for whatever reason, we've been doing the research trying to figure out why Other people don't necessarily see the huge opportunity or the huge potential that is there with this particular company. There's some other YouTubes downing the stock a little bit, or downing the company a little bit. And I just think that it is, when we talk about the transformation of mobility that's happening now, from electrifying the cars to the grid needing to be upgraded, to people not wanting to spend 2 hours in traffic. I know this firsthand. Again, living in Los Angeles, it takes forever.
Right. Can you imagine going to the valley like back and forth?
Yeah.
Like working on deals. Like
just Google the 405, bros.
Yeah.
I mean, it is ridiculous. So anything that can, get you to live a fuller life.
Absolutely. It's going to have value.
Time, right?
It's going to have value.
You add a subscription base where companies can give their executive team this service.
Those will probably be some of the early adopters of this new technology.
Yeah, the CEO already said they're going to start up like Tesla did with a kind of a high-end product.
Right.
So, people, well, actually, I won't say people like us won't be able to afford it, because we're in radical investors.
Yeah.
We're jet setting too.
Yeah, we're doing that
we got
too.
Rolexes. Mine isn't here yet, but it's coming. Rolexes and alligator shoes and, all that good stuff. So we can't afford these things, but they're starting at the high end of the market. And ultimately, their goal is to make taking a Joby as cheap as taking an Uber now.
Right.